Today is September 4th, 2023. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope your weekend went well. My name is Ngozika Olwaha. Now, the work of opposition is to keep the government in power on its toes to ensure that the promises made during campaigns are fulfilled. The people on their own have a duty to complement the effort of governments in their little way by ensuring that they contribute their quota in development of the society. Today on the platform this morning, a former governorship candidate of the Social Democratic Party in the just concluded 2023 election here in Abia State, and the founder, NgoziAbia Shogna Foundation, Apostle Dr. Barrister Ngozi Gladys Johnson-Ogbuneke, is my guest this morning. You will meet him shortly when we come back. Stay with us. All right, Apostle Dr. Barrister Ngozika Gladys Johnson-Ogbuneke is my guest. She's already in the studio here this morning. Good morning, Doctor. Thank you so much for joining me on the program this morning. Good morning, and good morning to the people of Abia State. Okay, since the last time you contested for election, we didn't see you again, and maybe you were busy doing one or two things. But happy you're back again.
Thank you. I was really very exhausted after the election, and I needed a break, and I needed to rest and get some good sleep, which was really very helpful. But home is home, so here I am. Thank you.
Okay, thank God you look so refreshed now, ready to face the challenges ahead.
Thank you.
Maybe we'll just start with your foundation. I understand you have a foundation, NgoziAbia Shogna Foundation. Yes. What exactly do you do in this foundation?
The name of my foundation was formerly as Sanctuary Hand of Grace Shog Foundation. But after the elections, people called me NgoziAbia. So I wanted the foundation to have a face that the ordinary people can recognize. So I now updated it as Sanctuary Hand of Grace NgoziAbia Foundation, Shogna for short.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what exactly do you do with this foundation?
You know, during the campaign, the degree of hardship of the people of Abia State, the level of poverty, the level of decadence of what the streets and villages in Abia State had become, you know, kind of stared me in the face. Yes, I'm a Bible teacher, an ordained minister, and I have that heart to help. I've been working with the Shog Foundation for years, supporting widows, paying school fees, doing it just on my level. And I won 1 or 2 awards from the Virtuous Widows International of Nigeria back in 2021 and all that. And people bring cases to me, and I help them under what is known as pro bono status, using my legal, skills. There was a situation of a woman, a widow, in Anambra State, that the husband's brothers kicked out of the house and demolished the house that the husband built for her. So I stepped in, and by the letters I wrote, the wife of the former Anambra State Governor, Mrs. Obialo, so she stepped up, and within 3 weeks they built a bungalow for that woman. So this is what I do. So having gone through Abia State and everything, I felt okay. I enjoyed the time of the election. By the way, I'm not a loser. I see myself as a winner. Everybody that participated is a winner, because it's not easy going through all those exercises. But although I wasn't the one that was sworn in as the next governor of Abia State, I still felt that there are still areas that I can help to serve humanity and serve the people of Abia State. So that is why I reactivated my foundation as the Sanctuary Hand of Grace NgoziAbia Foundation, Shogna. And we are engaged in providing educational funding for children and looking after the welfare of widows, providing assistance for the elderly, geriatric care in the community, because there are some people that they don't have anybody at all to support them. And old age is not a disease. So those people, we integrate them in our packages. We also offer medical help. there's a young child now at the Federal Medical Center. I'll just call him as baby boy Samuel. And he was said to have ordinarily what you guys call hole in the heart. Medically, it's known as tetralogy of Fallot. The mother approached us, Miss Felicia Mozur, and we from the Sanctuary Hand of Grace, NgoziAbia Foundation, we are going to support her financially and morally so that they can go through this surgery. So this is what we do. We also engage ourselves with community town hall meetings. I had some in Ovim and also Umokobo, where I come from, where I'm married into. And we have projects to drill water, boreholes in the communities so that life could be easier for people. Then we were also engaged in street feeding. We did that in Abia. When we came to do it in Umuahia, we were told that it would be rowdy because of New Year Festival. So we cut it off. We've gone to prisons. And as a matter of fact, I'm not very happy with the situation of prisons in Abia and Abia. And it's one of the reasons why I needed to talk.
So why are you not, particularly impressed with what you've seen in Abia Correctional Center and also in Umuahia? I know you're a barrister,
yes,
and you should be very much acquainted with administration of criminal justice system, exactly, and the rest of them. So yes, tell us, what have you been able to observe?
As a human rights lawyer, you will find out that the rights of the inmates are really being abused.
Okay.
The capacity of the prisons is for 500 inmates. In Abia, there are 760. In Umuahia, there are 765. And the number of people who are awaiting trials are a lot. And from my discussions with the prison controllers, the officers, it will seem that some people have stayed longer than they would have been punished if their cases have been heard. And this is one of the reasons I'm speaking and making this appeal on their behalf to the government of Dr. Otti and also to the judiciary in the state. Because in well-developed countries, when judges retire, you don't just let them go. You use them and set up adjudication offices and panels so that some minor cases will still be attended to. And the burden on the correctional centers will be less. And when we do this, excuse me, I have hay fever and my voice is a bit down. And when we do this, the number of people who are in these correctional centers will come down and it will be easier to be managed.
Okay, now when we talk about inmates at the correctional centers, I know that from time to time, government at the state level always organize this jail delivery exercise from time to time, where the CJ, the chief judge of the state, will go to do this. If one has a little case, a minor offense, like you people will call it in the legal profession, they will say, this person can go. Or if you are charged with a particular offense and you don't have money to pay whatever fee, you can be let off the hook and all that. So what is your foundation going to do in this regard? Because this jail delivery will also help to reduce the number of persons you have at the correctional center.
Yes, visiting them, we give support as per, things that they need. Let me give you some of my findings. In the Abia Correctional Center, they have need for electricity.
Okay.
Power supply. They have need for medication. Here in Nigeria, you can buy medication off the counter, but there should be a need for them to have regular medical clinic and care, and their medical needs can be taken care of. About people, they don't have any library. Umuahia doesn't have library as well, and they only have what they call as a small hall where they teach them to the level of primary and secondary school. Now, Abia should be upgraded so that some people can go through open university. Umuahia has opportunity for open university, and some people have graduated through the Nigerian Open University there. Umuahia has need for medication and also for skills development, things like machine, sewing machine for the women, carpentry things, and other tools, so that these people can learn some trade. When they come out, let them have things they will do, rather than loitering and causing reoffending. So the Sanctuary Hand of Grace, NgoziAbia Foundation, yes, now let's face it, we're going to look into supplying them with some of those tools like sewing machine and things for carpentry. But the structural things like building them a library, building them classroom, so that these people can have opportunity to have their lives corrected. That is when we are really having a correctional center. The government needs to step into that, please.
So in the area of jail delivery, probably your foundation may not be able to do much in that.
Because of jail delivery, if I'm around and they need me to represent them, of course I'll go represent them. Because there are some people that are there just because they slapped somebody, and because the person they slapped has more money than them, they've thrown them into the jail and the key is thrown away. That should not be so. I'm pleading with the judiciary in Abia State and also with the Abia State Governor, Dr. Gladys. Please let them invite back some of these learned judges, some of old or very sound lawyers. Let there be an adjudication panel to go through some of these cases and deliver them from the correctional centers and make the facility workable in terms of the capacity. Now, remember the time of COVID, infection could spread.
Yeah.
Now, with a capacity of 500, and they are living there 765, about another 1/4, half more. You understand? So it means that the hygiene situation is really poor. You don't need to be told to know that.
Now, let us talk about another aspect of what you do in your foundation. You talked about caring for the widows.
Oh, yes.
You will find most of them, in the rural areas.
Yes.
How do you get across to them? And, the funding and all that. How have you been able to surmount all that?
I have people who work in the foundation. So we go through Abia State by senatorial zones.
Okay.
And through all those, we now have catchments of people. And we have 3 secretariats of the NgoziAbia Foundation. There's an office in Abia, number 62 Fox Road, off Ososo bus stop, something like that. Then Onongwa here is 31 School Road. Then in Isukwato is the Ovim Plaza. So people attend to these places and they identify, their needs are identified. And then we're now able to support them in terms of what they need. Food. During the election, I didn't share any rice because I don't believe in giving people rice to come and vote for me. But now, we give them bags of rice, we give them things for clothing, we give them financial support. But I don't give anybody medication. We are going to have medical outreach sometime in the near future.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you talked about a boy that has a hole in the heart.
Yeah.
How is he faring? Or
he's in admission because the situation that he has is not sustainable to life. He's on 24-hour care in the intensive care unit of the FMC. And what he has, it needs surgery for it to be corrected, and it needs a lot of money. So Sanctuary Hand of Grace, NgoziAbia Foundation, we are going to support them financially so that the surgery can go ahead.
I know that I'm sure you are aware that there are other people like this who may not have been discovered in your various communities. Are you also deploying your tentacles, to make sure that you catch them, make sure that they get the same treatment and care like this boy is getting as well?
Yes, I've had a lot of medical colleagues who have already told me that when I start off the medical outreach, to let them know so that they can also be volunteers and come and support. So that there will be not just one day, a period of days to look into the needs in the communities. And those that need to be referred to hospitals can be referred to hospitals.
Okay, if you're just joining in, it's still the platform, the pinnacle of all discussion. And my guest is the former Social Democratic Party governorship candidate, and they just concluded the governorship election in Abia State, and also the founder, NgoziAbia Shogna Foundation, Apostle Dr. Barrett and Ngozika Gladys Johnson-Ogbuneke. Okay, she's here and she has said a lot. Now let's move over to issue of politics. You're a politician.
Yes.
You cannot run away from that.
Yeah.
You know. So let's talk about politics.
Thank you.
You've, though you may not have been around, but you've been seeing what has been going on in Abia State. First of all, let's start here.
Yes.
What's your honest assessment of Governor Alex's administration so far?
I'm aware that there are some political parties that want to topple him and change situation. My advice is to let every sleeping dog lie. Because myself, I wasn't very, very happy with Dr. Alex Otti, and I'm a very honest person. Because a lot of things that happened during the political time, there was a time that Labour Party said I had collapsed my structures. That angered me. But I have a good heart for Abia State. So granted that he has now been named as the elected governor, I should plead with all other people and interests to allow him to work. A lot of the things that Dr. Alex Otti is doing, it's in line with what NgoziAbia, I would have done.
Okay.
You know, when during that political time, they ask me what is the first thing I'm going to do, I'll tell them that Abia State needs to be cleaned up. Abba, Omahia, refuge. He did that. But I need him also to think more about recycling. To teach Abia State people that we need to recycle, and for him to provide the wheelie bin for each family, so that people can learn to dispose of their wastes, and the ones that could be recycled are sent to recycling center that will provide employment for people. In terms of his working, identifying real workers in the civil service, that is very good. I have nothing against that, because there are a lot of ghost workers. I would have done the same thing to make sure that only the real workers are being paid. I'm aware that he is making effort to recover lost goods or properties of Abia State in the hands of people, and then some people are putting injunction against that. I should ask them to let go, because their rights cannot supersede the human rights provisions of the whole people of Abia State. And on the basis of good faith, such quest should go ahead. Alex Otti should go ahead to recover every property of Abia State that has been wrongly placed in the hand of any individual, so that Abia State people can benefit from what they have.
Now, I don't know if you are aware that the governor also has started, road infrastructure development, especially in Abia. That has been, his area of concentration so far. Are you comfortable with that kind of situation? We have like 17 local governments in Abia State.
Yeah.
And Abia appears to be getting more of the concentration and focus from this government. What about the other 15 or 16 local government areas?
No, Abia is a special city.
Okay.
Remember, Abia used to be like the Japan of West Africa. And if we get Abia activated and the roads fixed, then the productivity in Abia and the generation of internal revenue will improve for Abia State. Now, if he's able to finish all that, I'll encourage him to go into the local government areas, because building up the rural areas will activate agriculture and stop urban migration, and then improve productivity, so that food will be available, and then can then come straight to the cities. Other places in Abia State need to be developed, like Uzakoli, like Ovim Ahaba, Ohafia Arochiku, as well as beautifying Omuahia better. So we need these things in the right perspective, so that there will be a balance.
Now, some people, especially those of them that are in the opposition, believe the local government election ought to have happened by now, or at least you have an appointed transition committee chairman for all the local government. This is 3 months into the this particular administration, and we are not seeing that. Don't forget that, like I said, the local government, if they become very active, it will also help in developing that area, especially the rural area. What you are doing in your NGO, of course, if the local governments are functional all over the country, we may have less need for NGOs.
Always, yes.
Yeah, but now that they are not functional, that's why we're having,
people coming to support,
especially the NGOs. Yes. So what should especially the government of Dr. Alex Otti, do in this regard to make sure that the local government system is functional in the state?
You know, Igbo people say, Okoko neji otu oko eguzo when to a new place. Dr. Alex Otti just became the governor of Abia State and was sworn in May. I'm not even sure he stayed up to 3 months or 100 days.
Not up to 100 days.
Correct. I don't believe in just criticizing for the sake of criticism. And I'm not here to speak for Dr. Alex Otti, but I'm here to ask the people of Abia State to allow him some space. At least 6 months. Half of a year. That is when you can judge somebody to say, this person is playing around and he's not doing anything. I am not in the head of Dr. Alex Otti. You are not there either. But let us watch and see what he's doing. And when he's getting it wrong, we'll definitely call him out. But somebody that came into Abia State with a lot of mess in Abia State, let us not forget that. He's 32 years old. And it was really horrible. During the election campaign, people heard me speaking from the rooftop. And now that he's doing the basic things to get workers paid, to get the pensioners, get some gratuity and some money, to actually find out who are the real workers in other states, and to fix Abia, to help Omohia get up, we should allow him at least 6 months. And then watch and see what next he does.
All right, to still the platform, the pinnacle of all discussion. We'll take a breather now to allow my guest to take some, a cup of water. When we come back, there are other issues we are going to look at here on the platform, the pinnacle of all discussion. Don't forget, my guest is Apostle Dr. Barrister Ngozika Gladys Johnson-Ogbuneke. She's here and will be here in the next 30 minutes to interact on some of the issues rising here in Abia State and also Nigeria at large. All right, welcome back to the program. It's still the platform, the pinnacle of all discussion. And we are actually looking at governance in the state and Nigeria as a whole, and also the NgoziAbia Foundation. And my guest is the founder of this particular foundation, Apostle Dr. Barrister Ngozika Gladys Johnson-Ogbuneke. Welcome back to the program.
Thank you.
Okay, now let's talk about the issue of fuel subsidy removal. It happened immediately. In fact, the day of inauguration of the President Bola Tinubu in Abuja, there he made the statement, the subsidy is gone and gone forever. And up to this moment, many people are kicking. Even the Nigerian Labour Congress are threatening to embark on a 2-day warning strike from tomorrow. And so many Nigerians and even Abians are saying that the hardship is becoming so much on the people. What is your assessment of all this? Are you comfortable with the removal of a subsidy vis-a-vis the hardship of the people?
If the government at the federal level felt that there was a need to remove the fuel subsidy, that is a policy decision that they have made. But the manner in which they removed it is not acceptable. And also throwing it back on the general public, the masses, to bear the brunt of such immediate removal is also not fair. If they were planning for the good of Nigerians, I'm seeking for governance at the state level, at the local government level, at the federal level, that before they take decision, they'll ask themselves, how will the average Nigeria come out of this situation? How will they fare? So, with all his due respect, President Tinubu could have removed this fuel subsidy in a graduated form over a period of 6 months, and then he will gradually remove it. And this palliation or money that they say they have released to the state government should have come before. And then the state government, everybody now has NIN number. Everybody is somehow digitalized, and they could have worked out how this palliation will go through the people who need it. And then the fuel subsidy is then gradually removed over 3 months, over 6 months, and Nigerians won't feel it. But he was too hasty to be seen to do something, and he did something. But the thing that he did is not the right thing. He has the money, he has the ability to fend for himself, but the average Nigerian, the transporter, does not have it. And these are people that series of governments have actually raped them of what is their right. It was horrible and it's not fair.
Now, so many people are also kicking about this palliative that they started sharing right now and distributing. They said the governors are using their political allies to distribute these palliatives and probably may not get to the people that they are meant for. Do you agree to that?
Yes. The governors shouldn't use their allies. The governors also should not also use churches, because I don't want you to look like it is being religious and then Muslims will say it didn't get to us. The governors should use the royal fathers. Let them come into play, because in each local government there are Ndeze, and the Ezes will identify their people. And if the Ezes do not give to their people, then they could be held directly accountable. Now, using your political ally to go and share money, I don't know how to describe it, and I'm not accusing anyone, but you'll be sure that if the person was giving 10 naira to go and share, by the time it gets to the people, it may end up to be 10 kobo, which is not right. So there should be better ways of doing this.
So are you now calling for the federal government to reverse the removal of fuel subsidy?
No.
Or should it be sustained?
They should be sustained. They've already done it. If not, they'll punish the people twice. But the damage control policies should be to hastily let this money get to the people. And let this money not go to the channel of political allies, because they are just there to grab the money and laugh. But let this money go to the royal fathers. Let them be seen to do something.
Now, the deployment of this fund removed from first subsidy amounting into trillions of naira, do you think it will be, how sustainable will this palliative be? You are giving people rice. How long are they going to eat the rice? You give the governors 2 billion naira for a start. Probably you give them another 3 billion to make it 5 billion as you promised. So how long are they going to, how long are they going to eat the rice? Because after eating this one, they'll still go hungry eventually. So these policies, is it sustainable?
That is what I said about President Tinubu. I believe he has intelligent people around him, but in all honesty, they did not advise him good. He should not have removed the fuel subsidy so abruptly the way he did. He should have landed. Let us even enjoy for one day that there's a new president, no matter how the person came about. And then let him now look around and work on the things, not just announcing that fuel subsidy is hereby removed and everything went up in Nigeria. Petrol, cost of transportation, food prices, and people are hungry. And yet the people who suffer are the 200 million ordinary Nigerians, which is not right. Now that it has happened, I'm saying and I'm speaking, hopefully, for the voices of the ordinary people, asking the state governors, please do not share these palliation monies through your ally. Let something be done correctly and fairly for the ordinary Nigerians. Let us use the royal fathers. The royal fathers can be held and held accountable because they are directly in the relationship with the people in their local communities.
What about the town union president?
That's what I mean. Because when you get the royal father, you will get the women leaders and the men leaders. That is how I get to doing things through my foundation. I go through the royal fathers and even the list of names, because you can just give ordinary person and then they'll end up getting their cousins and their brothers and every person, and then the community doesn't benefit and you're only helping their family. No, I go through the royal fathers and through them the community leaders, men and the women group, and then from there we get the people who need help. That's what I'm saying. All
right, it's time for us to open the phone lines. I'm sure you want to be part of this discussion. My guest is the founder of the NgoziAbia Foundation and also a former governorship candidate of the Social Democratic Party, the last governorship election here in Abia State, Pastor Dr. Barrister Ngozika, Gladys Johnson-Ogbuneke. She's here. Okay, so if you want to be part of this discussion, you can call us on 080-8182-6949. or 0811-605-2949. You can also send your SMS at 090-651-0829. We are just looking at governance in Nigeria and also in Abia State, as well as the activities of NgoziAbia Foundation. Call us now. Let's get your thoughts. Hello? Okay, 08081826949 or 0811-605-2949. Hello? Good morning.
Mr. Ngide Konwa, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome.
Mrs. Dr. Mrs. Ngozi, good morning, ma. NgoziAbia.
Good morning. Thank you.
Good morning, mommy.
Good morning.
My name is Akosman, as usual. I'm calling this morning from Manwich local government area.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. First of all, I want to appreciate our big men in the house. One, for supporting the leadership of that country. I don't see each other. Abia on that 33 years I've been in a decay. Abia has been in a coma. And thank God we all Abians come together to elect someone like Alex Otti. Let me just bring you a little back memory. Remember during that day, Alex Otti was we had governor of Abia. There was a lot of joy in Abia. We have never had such thing before in Abia. And we need people like our mommy to come and help Dr. Otti and make sure that he brings supporters to the governor. Where the governor didn't do it well, you still have the right to hear the governor. Excellency, you are not doing it right in this house, right? Then the area where the governor is doing it right, you also come and tell the governor, just like the same. Last time I think you were family lovers and not parliament. So I appreciate your good effort, mommy. People like we need in the state that will come and advise and some and make sure that Abia move forward. Abia is our state.
All right,
we have
thank
no other state to go apart from Abia.
Okay.
So thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Hello? Good morning. Hello?
Good morning, Ginika.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Welcome.
Ginika.
Welcome.
Happy New Week, my brother.
Happy New Week.
Good morning, Honorable Governor in Equity. Good morning, sir. Good morning, madam.
Good morning.
Okay. I remember Mr. Frace from I don't want to.
Okay.
I'm very, very delighted on the way you've enlightened the entire Nigerians this morning. May God bless you, my sister.
Thank you.
My take is this. Let me ask a question about the palliative of a term. Actually, I'm not in support of what you said. Actually, by the use of our traditional rulers, there is no. Let us be factual. If you have up to 10 traditional rulers in Abia State, or in my state, in Imo State, 8% of that 10 is a party member. Term is gone when traditional rulers are being apolitical. These days, they are being hooked in one political party or the other. So sharing of this palliative with traditional rulers, to me, I'm saying no.
Princewell. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
You're accusing our traditional rulers of being political. Do you have evidence to that? Do you have anyone that has probably his a membership card of a particular political party?
There's no way you can get them. Rather, take for instance when governors call meetings. A good number of the traditional rulers, the way they are being there, they are not being selected by their people. They are being picked by the governors as their cronies and their supporters of the governor in various communities.
So those they are political party members. Is that what you're saying?
Even though they are not political parties, but they are being they are being controlled by the governors.
All right. Okay. Prince,
that is
thank
what
you.
I'm trying to let you know.
Okay. All right.
So using them may not work out. Rather, let us use our churches and a register by the Trans Union members that can help in sharing out this palliative.
Thank you.
These are my statements. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Prince Will, for calling us there. Hello, good morning.
Ginika, you are listed for life.
Thank you so much. Welcome.
Excellent is my name. My learned woman, you are blessed for life. I mean, you are blessed for life.
Amen.
Yes, you have spoken well. I always say that the Bible says that the righteous has grown as a lion. You have said it all. Yes, you say that you are not getting it well with let's say you bring the captain, but now you God is scared. Yes. God will say the truth. Only that truth. That says truth. I always tell people, say it's better you take alcohol and say the truth that you take anointed oil and stay alive. So you see, this man came in, he paid 50 billion. People that are attacking him now, saying that they are not supposed to share politics. These people benefited with PDP. Yes, I against politics. But this our president is to share politics. This man will receive. And he wants to give it to former commissioner for information to share it. No. He is ready to give it to former documentation to share. No. He give it to another person to share. Because I tell you, there's no relationship between light and darkness. These people who for 30 years were men. This man coming to sanitize. And you can never be a ladder and be a climber at the same time. So, people that is criticizing this government, that is why I want like people there to Greg, you, SDL, those people, other political parties, they are coming to say the truth. Only PDP are there because those are last. Those satanic that have been getting for 2 years, they will get it no more. And that has been my prophecy. I like that and prophesy. That is why they're having problems. I don't prophesy.
All right.
So what
Thank
I'm
you.
saying is, my sister, they are doing the right thing. Keep on doing the right thing. You don't judge a book by its cover. Those people that are saying that they now, don't judge it by its cover. Open the book and allow it to stay like 6 months. You have said it all.
All right. Thank you.
By 6 of this month, you see, 100 days in office. People will be blessed. All of them now are shouting. So
Thank you.
Say,
Thank you.
Everybody attacking this, attacking.
Thank you,
Excellence.
All right.
Those things are stolen from us.
All right. Thank you so much for calling us there. I think I should allow others to contribute as well on the program. Hello. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Ngozika.
Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, my barrister and honorable in the house.
Good morning.
I am Oka for Chineduma. I am calling from Omahe.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Okay, let me start from commending our governor aspirant. The way she has talked, that she has spoken like a woman. She has also spoken like a good leader who is not so much interested in getting power by hook or by crook. These are people who are supposed to be, in fact, looked up to. People who have so many things to offer. I wish you well in your future endeavor, and I believe you will still stand the election again. You have said it all. My own take this morning is just to plead with you to work with the present administration. You've already confessed that he is working in line with your ambitions and the things you intend to do. So you don't relent. Every support that you can offer, it is our state. He has just a period of time to act and to work with our money or our resources. Let us give him that support so that Abia will be a better place for all of us. If it is good today, it will be better for everybody, both for me and even the led and the politicians. So,
okay.
What you can
Thank
offer,
you.
please
Right.
do
Thank
to
you.
this government so that Abia will be a better place for all of us.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
very much.
Thank you for calling us there. Let's take another call. Hello. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Adineka. Good morning, the woman in the house.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Sondaba. I'm calling you right from Uzwabam.
Go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, you see, the truth is bitter, but it must be told. It's only a blind man that can say that Alex Otti have not started well. Let me tell us, Dr. Alex Otti, the governor of Abia State, he has started well. And I want to thank you, Honorable Dr. Ngozi, for standing in the path of truth. Yes, criticizing the governor at this early time, at this early stage, it's not good. It's not going to be a record development. At least, let us give the governor at least 6 months. 6 months. Then, if he did not perform well, then we can come out and criticize him. Yes, we will always criticize the governor whenever he goes astray. Yes, we have the right to call him back. Yes, now the governor is doing well. He has started building roads and every other things Now, in the area of palliatives, we have been shouting to the president not to share these palliatives, but rather use it to refine our, to revamp our Maribor refinery. But since he has decided to share the palliatives, now I want to urge the governor to make sure that the palliatives get to the needful. I mean, the rightful persons that are supposed to enjoy the palliatives. Yes, let it not be as usual during the time of PDP. That's my take. Have a nice day, sir.
Thank you so much. I think I should return to you,
Yes.
Barrister. Some people are saying that they should come in and help this present government, you know. So if the government extends that invitation to you, are you ready to work with the government?
Dr. Alex Otti has very intelligent people working with him. And you don't go giving help to anybody who has not asked for help. A lot of my talks is on diasporans, returning back to the homeland, Nigeria, Abia State, Anambra, anywhere, and to come and help to build up the country. My interest is in what I describe as a Akurolo, because diasporans remit a lot of money, and anybody giving even their coffee money, 1 month of coffee money to Abia State or to the people of Abia State is a lot of money. So my interest is not just on Abia State as it is today. My interest in and it's an opportunity to engraft the sons and daughters of Abia State to be part of governance. Yes, I'll speak the truth to power, but if Alex Otti is not doing anything right, mind you, I'll be one of the people to also speak out. But at the moment, like I said, there's a need to give him time to graduate. Know that he's now working. It's no more politics, but let his policies begin to speak for himself. And I'll advise him, if he wants to hear, let him not go doing all those billboards that some governors were doing in the past, praising themselves. We don't want to see that anymore. Politics has ended. Let us now see the work done. Yes, if he invites me to come in, I'm a medical doctor, I'm a surgeon, an orthopedic and trauma surgeon. I'm also a researcher. I'm a lawyer, a human rights lawyer, and by His grace, I'm a Bible teacher. I'm also a businesswoman. I ran my election from the money from my companies. I didn't borrow from anybody, and that is why I could comfortably be happy. And I'm also doing my foundation on my own terms and not borrowing money. Yes, if he reaches out to me, I'll review what he's asking, and I'll definitely want to support, because my desire is that Abia State should be built up. I have 4 sons. I want my children to come home whenever they come home, as well as other people's children, to know that Abia State is their homeland.
All right, let's go over to our Facebook page. This one is coming from Doshima Okuma Karun. He said, she is a lioness in all ramification, and she has come to bring hope to the people of Abia State and beyond. Watch out for God's manifestation through Shogna Foundation in Jesus Christ's name. All right, thank you so much. Ohaji Henry said, good morning, woman of God. Keep on making a difference wherever you are, whether in government or in God's vineyard. Okay, Pastor Henry, thank you so much. Eleke Lechi said, I plead to Abians to have a bit patience with Dr. Alex and his team for at least 1 year, because a lot went wrong in Abia, mostly last 8 years.
Yes.
So the government has a lot to refix in order to bring back Abia to a right track. So we all should join hands to solve the government. Thank you so much. Come see happiness and hope to be favored by you one day. More grace, man. Okay. Chimeze Henry said, okay, thank you. We understand that aspect. Okay, to our SMS line now. This one, no name. Okay, but he said, as long as this palliative passed through the governor's hand, it will not get to the grassroots. Well, that's your opinion there. Noron Chika said, opposition parties in Abia State should criticize Labour Party government with facts and figures, so that Governor Alex Otti and his apostle will sit up for good governance. Thank you so much. Okay, this one is also coming from Onoha Thompson from Isialangwa North. He said, where was okay, it's not for us. I don't think we talked about this. Let's take another call now. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm trying to look up with the program now.
Yeah, go ahead. What's your name? Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Good morning. Good morning, madam.
Good morning.
I am Dr. Kwendaga. My name is Obama. I am calling from
Okay.
Governor of the State, Governor Alex Otti. Let me talk about the issue of palliative from federal government and the state. Governor Alex Otti shared the palliative. Everybody, both PDP, APC, Labour, and Abuga, and all the parties in Abia. Governor Alex Otti, in my own community, all the five political, all the villagers, everybody came to our village and shared the palliative of governor. So the governor didn't share the palliative based on the party or party something. No, he shared the palliative, all the people involved of that palliative. Because everybody is in Nigeria, everybody is in Abia.
Okay.
So let me say people say that the governor shared the palliative according to the party issue. No, now.
Right.
They cannot happen. We know the governor. Our governor is somebody have the respect of the law or respect of every man is in Abia.
All right.
The problem of Abia State is seeing the governor focusing to make sure everybody will make things in Abia.
All right. Thank you.
Support the governor. Support Abia. Thank you. I am Dr. Kwendada.
Thank you so much for calling us there. Well, madam, we're about to leave the studio now. So what's your final take as we exit the studio based on everything we said?
I'm very happy that Abia State people are quite alert and they're in tune to know the direction the government goes. But sharing the palliative through political parties is not really very ideal, because politicians change and they migrate from one party to the other. So political parties are also unstable. But like I said, the Aces, the royal fathers, are stable and they could be called out. And you give the palliatives, announce what you have given for each local government. The local governments don't change. People don't change the local governments they come from. You know what I mean? And you go there and let your Eze help and give details of who collected money and then report back to the governor. And that is the only way that things can happen. One of my plans for Abia State was to digitalize all the 17 local governments so that every person in Abia State can be identified by computer from where they come from, giving us what we call postal code. And in that way, people can be identified easily and tracked, both for criminal reasons and for sharing of palliatives like this.
Maybe that's why some Abians are saying you can come and give these governments.
Cannot come in without being invited. I don't go to people's houses. I don't get crash parties. You know what I mean? Talesioti knows that I'm an Abia, Aduku, Abia State. If he wants me to help him, he will know how to invite me. All I'm concerned is that my fatherland shall grow and be comparable like other states in Nigeria, and that there shall be peace and order in Abia State, and that the youths in Abia State are doing well. Just from NgoziAbia Foundation, I'm now an employer of about 120 Abia youths, and the number is growing because my desire is for every Abia State citizen to have something doing and to make something good of their lives.
All right, let me sincerely thank you, the founder of NgoziAbia Shogna Foundation and the former governorship candidate of the Social Democratic Party and the last general election here in Abia State. Are you still a member of the SDP?
I'm not gone to another party as of yet.
I needed to clear that. Thank you so much, ma, for coming on the show. Apostle Dr. Barrister Ngozika, Gladys, Johnson-Ogbuneke. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
And to all of you who called in and who sent in your messages and your comments on our Facebook page, thank you so much. May God bless you. My name is Ngozika Olwaha. Sincere thanks to all the crew member here. The proper, they were sounded in like a bee. Thank you so much. And to my producer, Samson Eze, God bless you. I will see you again. Let's keep praying for Abia to become great. Good morning.